Hello, all my friends. This is Automatons Gaming. We're going to be trying something a little bit new today. I know I've been trying new things all the time on this channel. You might see something a little bit different here today. This is called... in the background, I've got Flight Sim 2020. I'm going to turn down the volume for that for now. Yes, you'll notice that we are using something a little bit different. I've had a couple of Flight Simulator 2020 videos on my channel already, which is great. I enjoy this game thoroughly. It is beautiful, obviously. First of all, it is the best representation of our planet. It is gorgeous to fly around, and it gives you that sense of awe and wonder, which is cool. But it doesn't direct you to doing anything. It's sort of, it's so much sandbox that it's difficult to build a castle. I don't know if that makes any sense. Maybe the analogy of the sandbox doesn't go that far. But my point is, it's so sandboxy that you really don't have any direction. You don't have any goals, anything like that. And I think we could. So there's another YouTuber. I will try and paste their channel into the comments. I apologize profusely. I don't remember the name of the channel. I just stumbled upon it yesterday, and I thought this is so cool. So this is called OnAir Airline Manager. And the YouTuber, by the way, that brought this to my attention doesn't own this or anything. They're not like marketing this. It's just, this has been around, I guess, for a long time. And now with Flight Simulator 2020, it's getting a little bit more popular as well, because as always, when something new and flashy comes out, people want to use it. So this is OnAir Airline Manager. And basically what we can do with this, I'm going to try and make this a little bit, let me see. I'm going to change the window size. Sorry, the video is going to look silly for a second, but I want to put this over on my other window. Okay. There we go. That's a little better. So what we have here, and I've done the first tutorial mission, and I did one job. You can see I had one job completed and one pending job already. But basically what this does is it gives you a career mode for Flight Sim 2020. A career mode, which is awesome. It means it'll give you have money, you've got a company value, you've got income, you've got aircraft, you can pick up jobs, and jobs would be like, bring some cargo from this airport to another airport, bring, some executives from some company, from this airport to another airport. It could be bring medical supplies or, organ donors and, all sorts of stuff. Anything that you can fit in a plane and go from A to B, you can get a job for. And there's jobs that have like multi-legs, so you have to go from like one airport to several airports, and you have to figure out the logistics of, okay, if I have this airplane with only so much cargo space, how do I do this? Do I need another airplane? But my favorite part, and the part that relates to this channel specifically, Automatons Gaming, is that you can get employees. And employees, you can see I only have one because that's me. I'm a real life player employee. You can get employees that are AI employees, that just, in this system, they don't fly in Flight Simulator, obviously, because they don't need to. But in this system, they will fly for you. So you can buy a plane in this program, in the OnAir Airline Manager. You could buy a plane, you could hire an employee, and have that employee run jobs for you. And it takes time. It's not instant. The actual flight time that would be included, or that would be the actual flight time of that flight, that of the job that the employee is flying, would actually take place. So you couldn't then use that employee for, let's say, 10 hours if the flight is like an 8-hour long transatlantic flight or something. Plus there's, time before taxiing, there's, getting ready, prep, all that. I think all of that is taken into consideration. So the employee would be out for a certain amount of time. I don't know if it counts sleep schedules and things like that. I've never played with that part, but I understand the fundamentals of it. But this is going to be our career mode. So basically, I'm level 1, as you can see. I've barely done anything. I did the first, training mission, and then I did a a quick job. I bought a very cheap aircraft. You can see here I have a Cessna Skyhawk, which you can, of course, fly in a simulator. And so the way that this integrates with Flight Simulator is that you can take a job. So let's say we prepare our flight. We prepare a flight in this system. So let's say we have a job and we want to go somewhere. We can set our destination. We can set our fuel and our cargo. All this stuff. We can set it all up and then we can confirm and go fly now here in the system. And then all we got to do is match the airport and the aircraft in Flight Simulator, and it will track our progress as we fly in Flight Simulator as if we were, playing this on-air system, so to speak. It's a little bit complicated because obviously it's not a career mode that's like built into Flight Simulator, so it's not like, pick a job, press play, and it loads everything for you. It doesn't load everything for you, but it does take into account all sorts of different things. So it will take into account how fast you're flying, how fuel efficient you're being, whether your G-forces have exceeded certain tolerance limits, and you will get a score at the end of your flight based on any number of, I'm sure, dozens of different factors throughout the flight. And as your score gets higher, you'll get more points and you'll level up and you get access to a talent tree, which will basically give you access to more difficult flights, probably longer flights, and things like medical supply flights and organ transplant flights and executive flights and stuff like that, passengers and whatnot. So you really do start low. You start in small, single, maybe even single-seater Cessnas and things like that, with very little cargo, maybe 100 or 200, useful cargo. And then you build up into larger, something like a Grand Caravan, maybe, where you can take, 12 passengers or 8 passengers or whatever it takes. And you can fly them, around all the way up to jumbo jets. You could fly the A320. You could buy one of those or rent one of those and fly hundreds of people around the world. So it's very interesting. And we're going to take a bit of a peek here. So the first thing I want to do, my aircraft, as you can see here, the condition is not great. I'm probably going to sell this. I think I want to, where can I sell? Details. I'm at a small airfield right now is the problem. I may have to fly. So the immediate selling price is 57,000. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to immediate sell. I know I don't need to, but it's fine. We did a couple of jobs and made some money, so we've got some money here. So let's go. We're right here at Fort Benton I think we're in Montana. Yes, in Montana. Fort Benton in Montana. So my home, I'm going to call it home base, is Calgary International Airport in Canada, where I'm actually from. I live in Vancouver right now, over here in YVR, CYVR, since we're in Canada. I live over here in Vancouver, and Vancouver is beautiful and lovely, but my heart belongs here in Calgary, where I grew up. And it's a nice area. It's flat, so all the flights are going to be relatively easy, unless they send us to Kelowna or something. But I like Calgary, so I'm going to go there. So my first trip was down to Lethbridge, where I actually went to university. Hats off to ULeth. I think they're the Pronghorns, and I don't care about any of the sports, but go Pronghorns. So my first flight was from Calgary to Lethbridge. My second flight was from Lethbridge down into Montana, and I did a couple of stops. I think one here at Homer Field, and then over to Fort Benton. And that's really all I've done. Now, as you can see, the game here, the OnAir Company Manager game, I'm going to call it a game, even though it's not really a game to play, but I'm here in Fort Benton. So it knows that my pilot, myself, I'm here. So I can't I can't just start a flight in, over here in Davenport or Spokane, Washington. I can't start a flight where I'm not currently in this game. So I'd have to get my character around. Now, you can do instant travel. You can send your characters by boat or by bus or by train, that kind of thing. And it just takes time. So basically what would happen is I would say, okay, take a train to Great Falls, Montana, or, take a bus to Great Falls. And then it would take, the 3 or 4 hours or whatever it takes to get down there. And then I could use my character again and he would be here. I don't need to do that. I've got, in the setup here, I've got instant travel. So I could actually just instant travel anywhere I want. But what I want to do, I want to find a new aircraft because I've just sold that one. So let's go to search aircraft. Okay. So I want to choose from a list. I want a single engine. Actually, I want a turboprop, single engine turboprop land. Let's see if we can find one of these. And we'll find something that's not too far away from us, but let's see. We want, we can also search by sim, so I want something in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Okay. So there's a couple of Grand Caravan and a TBM 930. Now this is a fantastic little plane. But it's $428,000 to buy right now, which is too much. I cannot afford that. I don't have enough money. I want to be able to rent it, but it looks like I cannot rent it here. I might have to go to an airport location. See, I'm new to this too, so we're learning together. Let's see. Aircraft. Rent one. Buy one and rent one at the global market. That's what I tried doing. Let's just search for everything. No, I have to pick a class. Oh, I want turboprop. Yeah, I just did this and it didn't... Oh, so I can search. Oh, I see. Okay. So I am at, where did I say I was? MT40, I think? No, I'm in a different aircraft now. But you know what? I know MT40 is fairly close by. So let's search and see what we find. So the rent, so you can see the sell price here. And the sell price is obviously if you just buy the aircraft. This is a perfect condition aircraft. It's 9,400 hours, which is not very much. You can see on the list it's almost the least. And your rent price is the rent per hour. So we want to rent. So we want to find something that's in good condition that is relatively cheap to rent. So the first one that pops out that's both green is this one here. It's 105 nautical miles from us, so it's not too far. And it's at 08 MT. Okay, that's not bad. Let's see if there's one. This one's closer. It's 610 to rent, though. What's the closest one? Okay, 30 nautical miles. This is still in pretty good condition, and it's only 580 to rent, and it's only 30 nautical miles away. So that's not bad. Let's take a look at this one. The cheaper we can rent it for, the better. And the condition, we just want the condition to be enough that we're not going to have a crash. And we have a renting bond as well. This is the bond on the aircraft. It's 10 hours worth of flight, basically. So we can rent it for $580 per hour. It does not need a co-pilot. Maximum seats 5. Max payload is 1,400 pounds, which is pretty good. This is not bad. But I'm not there, so I'm gonna write this down on my piece of paper where this is. This is at what does it say? Current location. Oh, this is here? 79S? I think that's where I am. 79S. That's my current location. Where's the aircraft current location? Okay, let's rent it. Rent aircraft 4, yes, with a daily minimum of 4 hours of flight. At the end of the lease, the aircraft has to be returned to the current airport. Yes. Okay. So there we go. We have rented. And it is where we are, actually. Is that, yes, it's at 79S, which is Fort Benton, which is where we're at. Oh, that's super handy. Okay, so let's find... And we don't have a lot of fuel on board, but that's okay. Let's find a job. So this is what you do. You rent a plane, you find a job. Okay, so we want... we don't want a very short job, because now we can actually go fairly distant, and we can take up to, let's say, 1,100, because we'll need enough weight for the pilot as well. And all pilots in this, I think, are 190 pounds. Airport minimum size, I'm gonna go with 2. It's a turboprop. It doesn't need like a huge amount of space, but let's not take an airport size 1. So the airport sizes are basically how big the airport is. A 1 is a very small strip of land. It can be grass, it could be a field that's not controlled by a tower. I think typically it's it's a back country flying. And we're in a turboprop, we don't really want that. I think airport minimum size 2 will be fine. So let's check this out. We can search surrounding airports as well. That way there may not be jobs right at our airport, but there'll be something close. While this searches, I'm going to have a quick drink of my delicious iced cappuccino from Tim Hortons. A little bit of caffeine, I like it. Okay, there are no jobs with our current criteria. So let's do a short haul. Let's see what we've got. Anything close? We might need to fly to a larger airport in order to get some of these jobs, but we can find it. We'll find a job somewhere here. Wow, nothing, really? I think these are all procedurally generated. So when you search for a job, it will procedurally generate them. I don't think it's like a shared list among all the players. I could be wrong, but it would seem like that would be generating a lot of random jobs in places that people are not currently located. So I'm guessing that all these jobs are procedurally generated. Oh my gosh, there's nothing. Okay. We need to move to another airport then, I guess. Or let's maybe just change this down to 1 to see what we get. Maybe there are no bigger airports near us, and that's why. Okay. Yeah, so here we go. So now we've got some. Okay, fine. Let's take a look. I don't want to go medium haul, though. That's too long. I want to do medium trip, 250 to 500 nautical miles. Let's see if we've got any here. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to sort by pay first, how much money we're going to get at the end. This one here says it's got 1,700 cargo. I don't need that. The max should be 1,100, but maybe this is... Oh, so I'd have to make 2 trips here because I can't take that much cargo. That's 1,700 cargo, and I can only take, I think I've got useful 1,400, I think it said. So that's not going to work. Let's see what else is here. This one here is 52,000. It's only 912 cargo, and it's going to MTO1. Oh, I see. Salt Lake City, that's where they're both going to Salt Lake City. So I could do this. I basically go over to MTO1, MT42, pick up pick up the cargo at these two locations, and then fly down to Salt Lake City, and it's 54,000. That's not bad at all, actually. This green star here says outstanding pay for weight per distance. So this is a good thing. These ones are bad things. At least one job has a time constraint. You don't really want that. These also expire. So as you can see here, this one here expires on September 14th, which is 5 days away. Down here, the orange one here, it expires in 13 hours. Now, of course, it's not going to take you 5 days to fly anywhere. But if you have more than one plane, if you have more than one pilot, you're, maybe juggling a handful of pilots and planes, it might be nice to have a handful of jobs in a certain area so that you can, you can get your logistics sorted out so that some of your pilots are working in some areas and some are in others, and you need that extra time because you might not be picking up your cargo right away, etc. So I don't necessarily need 5 days to do this job, as I'm probably going to try and do it today. But yeah, I'm gonna try and get at least this one done. So I think this is a pretty good one here. I'm gonna favorite this one. Excuse me. No, I don't have Corona, and I'm not in your face, so it doesn't matter. This one here is also outstanding pay for weight, but if we scroll over here, we can see it's a dangerous material transport. It's a good one because you're only going one spot, looks like, yes. But you can see I can't take it. I do not have the rating for dangerous material. That's one of the skill trees, and I just don't have that. So, so that's fine. I think what we're going to do, I think we're going to take this one here. It's not bad. We're going to fly to MTO1 right here. Hopefully our little plane can land there. It might be a little sketchy, but we're going to do it. So we're going to take this job here. We're going to make 52,000. It's only, what was it, $580 per hour. So we would have to spend a lot of hours to not make any money. There's a penalty of 2,300 if the job is delivered late. Now we have 12 days to do this job, so that should be no problem. I want to see, I think we're pretty much, yeah. Normally I would look for maybe another job that was going in the same area, but we're pretty much at our limit for, we might even be over our limit. 912 cargo plus 200 for passenger, that's 1,200. That leaves us with 200 pounds of fuel. By the time we get over to here, we may have to stop somewhere and refuel. I'm not exactly sure. We'll have to find out. But you know what? We're gonna go for it. We're gonna take this one. So we'll take this job. We've accepted that. So now we can go back over to here. We can go to our jobs board and we can see our job. Okay, so we gotta go empty. Let's look for here. Okay, we've got to go MTO1 first. Yeah, so MTO1 first. And then down to M42. So I'm just going to write this down because it doesn't show it later. So MTO1 and then, right here, M42. Excuse me, my gosh. Okay. So let's take this job. So we're going to all right, we're going to go from our plane here. So if we go home, aircraft, we want to prepare our flight. Again, it's in good condition. So we have a payload of 190 pounds already. So we're going to be pretty close to our limit once we get our stuff. Okay, so why does this have No, I don't want this. This is going to be 20%. Let's fill up on fuel, actually. What does that put us to? Useful load of 809 pounds. We need more. We need about 1,000 pounds, right? So let's do this. Let's fuel to 89%. That should be fine. That's going to cost us $877. It is jet fuel. I don't think we're going to have to refuel based on this. This gives us a range of 1,100 nautical miles, which is definitely not how far we need to go. In fact, we can check how far these are. If we go to the jobs, distance is only 405 nautical miles. So let's say 550, you know, maybe. And I don't know if they're counting like all the way down here or what. Let's find out. Does it say? Yeah, so this is 405 nautical miles. So the furthest distance is 405. Plus we got to go from here to here, which is like maybe, it looks like 20 or 30 nautical miles. Maybe 50. So I would say if we banked on 600 nautical miles, that should be more than enough with some extra reserve. You do get penalized if you don't have 30 minutes of flying. I think that's an FAA regulation. So to be safe, we're going to put 650 nautical miles worth of fuel in the aircraft. So let's go and go here, prepare for our flight, and we're going to make sure that we have 650 nautical miles. There we go. 53%. That's all we need. That gives us 653 nautical miles, and we don't need a huge amount extra after that, and we've still got quite a bit of fuel left over. So we're going to go confirm and go fly now. Now, this is where the connecting part goes in. So this is going to sort of fuel everything. We're going to put our destination in here first. It's MT01, Owen Brothers, and the alternate is Malmstrom, KGFA. This is if something if something catastrophic happens and we can't land at this one, we can always go to this other airport. Of course, we need to get to this one because this is where our stuff is, but oh, you are not certified for this aircraft. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Now I've made a mistake. Okay, it says you're not certified for this aircraft, so we need to get certified for this aircraft. How can we do that? Oh, no. Where's our skills tree? Is that a skill? Aircraft use? Aircraft. Oh, I think we need to do a check ride. Yes, I think that's what we need to do first. Okay, so now we need to move to the flight simulator. So I'm going to turn off this. I'm going to go into our flight sim. I'm going to go to 79S, Fort Benton, and I'm going to choose the correct, it's a turboprop. It's the Daher TBM 930. I've got, oh no, I don't have any liveries for this yet. I thought I did, but that's okay. I guess I don't. All right, we're going to take this. We're just going to fly, I think, because I don't think anything else matters. So we'll give this a second to load up. And I'll, once we get all loaded up, I'll bring you guys back. Okay, we're back in. I'm at Fort Benton. I realized I put myself on right on the runway, so that's not ideal. I think the OnAir, they like you to be parked, but that's okay. We're just doing a check ride today. So I think what's going to happen is as soon as we take off, the OnAir co-pilot, as it were, is going to do a check ride and ask us to do some maneuvers. So let's go do it. Let's go see what they want us to do here. And my controller is not responding. That's not a good start. Here we go. And we are fully powered. Let's go. I'm going to give ourselves one flaps here.
Welcome to OnAir Check Ride.
Beacon off when starting engine.
Taxi to the runway and take off.
Okay, I am taxiing to the runway and I have taken off. So OnAir, the
airborne time logged. Fly runway heading. Continue to climb.
Fly runway heading, continue to climb. I am currently doing that, no problem. Whoops. Not trying to get us all killed. Beacon off when starting engine. Oops. Sorry, OnAir.
Turn left, heading 60. Climb to 15,500 feet.
Okay, so we want to turn left to heading 060. Climb to 15,000. I'm not. Can we use the? Can we use the autopilot for this? I wonder. Let's try. Okay, so if we change our heading and it should be okay. Let's try. Heading select on. We're climbing to 15,000. What does it say? 15,500? So we're heading to... Was it 60 or 06? I think it was 60 actually. No, stop doing that. .60 altitude was 15,500, right? Okay, and we'll go flight level change, and we will just increase. No, we'll increase our speed. That should be fine. I don't know what this is. That's fine, Master Caution. Nobody cares about your Master Caution. So this is not quite the flight that I had expected, but that's okay. I wonder if it tells me in OnAir, if it tells me what I was supposed to be doing, just in case. Flight tracking in progress. Go to tracking page. Yeah, I'm there. All right. We're gonna climb. Let's decrease our airspeed. We want to do like 90 in this climb. It doesn't seem to be changing anything though. Yeah, flight level changes on. Oh, maybe this only toggles the vertical speed. Fair. So once we get to 15.5, we will turn this on. We don't want to hit nav because we're not actually navigating anywhere. We're just changing our heading. Everything's in the green. We can hit our Control 1, Control 2, Control 3 will give you sort of the basic functions if you've never played or you're new. So you can, while we're getting up there, you can play, okay, I need a little bit more fan, and I want to make sure that the temperature is nice and comfortable. The pitot tubes are on. We're not going that high. We probably won't need de-icing, but just in case, it's nice to have it on, I guess. Oh, my landing gear is still down, so let's put that up. I forgot that this aircraft had landing gear. I've been driving non-landing gear aircraft for so long. So now we can see those are going away. Great. Alright. Landing lights on. Okay, we don't need our landing lights on. I actually don't know where the landing lights are. Circuit breaker lights, we don't need that. Well, I'm going to continue up to 15,500, and we'll see you in a second there. Okay, so we're approaching 15,500. The plane should, in theory, it should switch automatically to altitude select mode once we get there. Yes, looks like it's now changing. We're going to probably slow down a little bit. We don't quite need to be going this fast, I would assume. We can just chill, especially now since we're leveling out. Yeah, I'm gonna hide this. Whoops.
Now, maintain 15,500 feet and heading 60.
I am. Maintain 15,500 feet and heading 60. That is exactly where we are going. We're about to hit our mark. I'm surprised it didn't yell at us about that
Turn left,
landing gear thing.
heading 30, descend to 10,000 feet.
Okay, heading left, 30, descend to 10,000. Okay, I'm gonna cut our engines a little bit more. Maybe not that much. And I'm going to change our heading to 30. And we're going to go down in altitude to 10,000. And again, we'll do a flight level change for that. And we need to slow down quite a bit now. So we need to slow down. Let's try going down like this. I know that autopilot has been having some weird issues, but this should work. Can I deploy some flaps? Are we going too fast for flaps? I want to deploy them, and I want to try and get down to that 10,000 that we've prescribed. We're going down at 1,500, so I guess that's exactly what it's supposed to be doing. We are getting... Our prop RPM is too high. Can we try slowing that down? I cannot go any further now. Oh, am I in reverse? There we go. All right, passing 125, getting down to 12,000, and then down to 10,000. Still doing 165 true airspeed. Not bad. Okay, now we should be able to, once we hit 10,000, I think it's going to level off for us again with this vertical speed mode. I think so. Just like flight level change, it should recognize that we're closing in on our altitude that we need to be at, and it should then stop us from going further. We shall see here shortly as it's approaching 10,800. I might just decrease our vertical speed. Sorry, increase our vertical speed to go down a little slower. And hopefully, I mean, we could help it along if we want and just hit this button, but I think it's still going down at 700, which is fine. Once we get close to 10,000, I think it should switch over.
Maintain 10,000 feet and heading 30.
We are currently doing that. Yep, there we go. So it switched over. I didn't click it. It switched over to altitude hold by itself. And now it's going to hold altitude. So now we can actually spool up the engines a little bit. Not too much. That's fine.
Turn right, heading 110, climb to 12,500 feet.
110, 125. One zero. Hopefully no one's in the back getting sick right now. And increasing to 12,500. And in a second we will initiate another flight level change. Here we go.
Air Golf Sierra Alpha contact Salt Lake Center on 126.85.
And we could do 162 is fine, so we can climb fairly quickly here. By the way, the AI is handling my air traffic control for me, so I don't need to do that, because that's not the fun part for me. Alright, approaching 12,500. Now the difficult thing is that it's going to tell us to go back to the airport, which I'm going to have to put into the system or something. But that's fine. We can do it. We have our GPS here too, so we can see where we are. Yeah. We're in the middle of nowhere. Alright, we are at heading 111, which is not what we want. We wanted 110, right? Did I put 110?
Now, maintain 12,500 feet and heading 110.
Okay, we're getting to 12,500. 110 is already in. So far, so good. We're leveling out, so we can back up on the throttle a little bit. We don't need to be racing off further away from the airport than we need to be. Alright.
Now,
yep.
reduce your speed to 90 knots or less and maintain your altitude.
Reduce your speed to 90
Use
knots
your
or less and
flaps if
maintain your
necessary.
altitude. Okay, that'll be fun.
Please maintain 90 knots or less. You are currently at 152 knots.
I don't want to use my landing gear, people. Okay, we want to keep our altitude, which means we're going to need a little bit of engine.
Please maintain 90 knots or less. You are currently at 92 knots. Now, maintain this speed and 12,500 feet and make a 360 standard turn to the right.
Okay, we're just going to try and get to that under 90 first. Okay, now we're going to make a 360 degree to the right. Okay, we're going to take off our heading. Okay, stop telling us about landing gear, please.
Continue the right turn until heading 120.
120.
Resume to normal speed. Turn right, heading 330, descend to 10,000 feet.
Heading 330, descend to 10,000. Okay, so 330, 10,000 feet. To 90, 300, 330. And 10,000 feet it said, right? 10,000 feet. Now, change that. And we'll increase our speed so that we start heading down. flaps are all the way retracted again. Double checking. Yep, they sure are. What a gorgeous view. What a good day. This is all live weather, so it really is nice above Montana today. Alright, let's go back in our aircraft. Okay, we're going to turn down our engines a little bit so we can start diving a little bit. We want to increase, oh, we are at 10,000, so we want to increase our speed until we start going down. It's not diving like I thought it would, though. Flight level change. Come on, don't care, go faster. 201 knots, but you still don't go down. Why? Okay. Vertical speed. We want to decrease our vertical speed. I guess the flight level change is not working. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Like I said, I'm not very good at this, so it's certainly possible that I'm just not good at this. And that's okay. We're going to head right down at 2,000 feet per minute. Might as well. We're going to increase our speed here, but that's fine. I don't know what the next thing it's going to ask us to do is. I'm kind of worried about it. Cockpit is beautiful in this. Look at this. The flight yokes are leather bound. Beautiful. It's a far cry from the Cessna I was in last time. I was like in a Cessna that was the duct tape bound, it looks like. Okay, we're approaching 10,000. So we want to back this off a little bit. Maybe to 800 until we hit that 10,000 mark. We are heading to 330. Even though it says we're actually at 331, but maybe that's just a rounding error in the display. Okay, 10,000's flashing.
Now,
We're close.
Maintain 10,000 feet and heading 330.
Yep, we are doing that. 330, 10,000 feet. Roger that. We are now altitude holding. What is your next request?
Turn left, heading 80.
Heading
Climb to
80.
11,000 feet.
I think it's probably easier, but I need to head left to 80 and climb to 11,000. It was 80, right? And climb to 11,000 feet. See, flight level change works when I'm going up. When I'm climbing, it works. And when I'm descending, it does not work. I'm not really sure why. If someone knows, please tell me what I'm doing wrong there. It seems like that should work. But that's okay. Alright, since we're climbing, let's turn our engines up a little bit as well. We're getting down close to under 125, which we don't want to do. There we go. Heading 080. I think it was 080, right?
Now, maintain 11,000 feet and heading 80.
Yep. Heading is 80, heading to 11,000 feet. I have no idea where I am in the world right now. Probably still over Montana, I guess. But you know what? I can, luckily, when they tell me to land somewhere, I can just put it in the GPS and just go. Maybe it'll give me check ride all the way back to the airport. I don't really know. Okay.
Now, return and land at your departure airport with an appropriate IFR or VFR approach.
With an appropriate IFR or VFR approach. Okay, that should be fun. Let's see if we can do that. Where's my... Ooh, that's not what I want. Okay, we want... FMS? Sure. We want to go back to 79S. So how do I go to PFD? MFD? There we go. Direct to... We want to go to... Am I going too fast? I gotta keep an eye on my speed as well. I'm gonna slow down a little bit. We want to go to... How do I put this in?
Return to the airport, heading 243, distance 40 nautical miles.
243. Okay, so let's do that. Let's head 243. I think this way is quicker than going the other way around. Two, 4, 3. So we are 40 nautical miles out. So I think we don't want to go to Salt Lake. We actually want to go. We want 79S. Fort Benton. So we're at 243. So we want runway 23.
79er Sierra Traffic Day or Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Basically
Alpha
just picking
42 miles
the runway that
11,000
closest
feet to land, runway
matches our... Yeah, there we go. So now we can see. Our nav is going to help us out here. We've got the navigation aids on, which means that we should be able to... Yeah, we should be able to just even change our heading a little bit further and then get back in. Excuse me. So we need to be at 5,200 feet for the pattern entry, but we're still 32 nautical miles away, so that's no problem. We can get to that area at the speed. That's no problem. I want to change our heading over further, and then I'm going to bring us back so that we're straight on. Be able to look out the cockpit a little bit. Alright, there we go. Now we'll probably overshoot this a little bit and then turn back in. That's okay. But we're roughly on course, which is really good. That's lucky. You can even like switch to the co-pilot's view. Make it a little bit easier for us. So we'll want to do a sort of a slow turn into the right. You can see we're kind of in, as long as each of these is headed away from us, we're sort of in the slope already. Oh, not barometric pressure. We want to start heading now to maybe 2-4. Let's see 230. Let's see where that takes us first. Looking pretty good. We're going to head this way a little bit more, and then we're going to straighten up when we get a little bit closer. So I'm gonna get us a little bit closer into this. This is gonna be 26 nautical miles of just flying, so it's not gonna be very interesting. So as soon as I get there, I'll bring you guys right back. Okay, as you can see, we're back. We're flying nicely into the glide slope here. And I'm going to continue to fly our heading. Looks like we're headed right down the right way here. We're going too fast for landing, obviously, but we can see. You can see the runway. We're perfectly lined up.
Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha is on final runway 23 to land.
We're still going down in altitude. I don't want to hold altitude anymore. We're on approach mode. So we're kind of just going to let the... And by the way, I didn't turn the approach mode on. It turned on by itself. So we're going to let the aircraft get into approach by itself here. We've got the engines down almost to the end of where they need to be. Looks like we might be heading a little bit to the wrong way. We're going to head a little bit over. Can probably turn the heading off now if it's on approach mode. But I don't know how much of the approach mode autopilot actually does, but we're not that far. We can come in manually now if we want. We are still going a bit fast, but as you can see, we're lined up in our glide slopes, so...
It's the right airport.
It's the right airport. Thanks, instructor. I'm super excited that it's the right airport. I assume instructors during all your check rides will tell you that. Oh, dude, amazing job. You got to the right airport. Wicked. Wicked good job, buddy. Oh, we're not doing heading anymore. Okay. I'm going to just bank a little bit off to this side to try and... We're not quite lined up. I mean, we're lined up well enough, but I'm just going to get in a little bit more here. It looks like we're falling below the glide slope a little bit. I'm going to retract our... Still going too fast, though. I feel like I need to turn the autopilot off all the way. Okay. Alright, we're going to turn the autopilot off, and we're actually going to turn our exterior view on. We're going to put our gears down. I'm going to put some flaps on. I can see we're going too fast, but I want to get a little bit of extra air in order to get lined up properly. So let's bring this in. We've got a big runway here. Now we're going the right speed. Can bring our engines up a little bit more so that we can make sure we have enough speed by the time we land. Just feather this a little bit to try and get corrected. Definitely don't want to stall. No. Don't want to stall. Go, airplane, go. Take the flaps back a little bit. Oh my gosh, we're creating some G-forces here. We don't want to land early. We will fail this check ride. So let's try and get back up. Okay, that's fast enough. Put our flaps back on. That's the first time I'm flying this, and I'm flying it with an Xbox controller, so it's not exactly ideal. And we're going to reverse.
Landing time locked.
Hard landing.
Landed at 79 Sierra. FT
That's
Benton.
okay.
Taxi to your parking and shut down the engine.
Okay, let's taxi to parking and shut down the engine. Turned on the... Put our flaps back. Turned on the parking brake for us, which I wasn't expecting, but that's okay. Let's taxi in. You are going too fast. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, a little bit of gray our greenery there. That's fine. And let's stop right here. This looks like a great stop.
79er Sierra traffic day or Alpha Sierra
Control
X-ray
Shift
Golf
E.
Sierra Alpha is clear of the runway.
Okay, well, I mean,
Engine off
hopefully
time log.
that worked.
End of flight. Registered in OnAir Company.
Yay!
Thank you.
We passed
You
our
passed
practical
your practical exam. 5 out of 5 exercises succeeded.
Nice. Okay, so I'll be perfectly honest. That was an extremely sloppy landing for how easy our approach was. I definitely screwed that one up, but that's fine. That's the end of flight. We did it. So now what we do, as you can see that this truck is about to back into us and blow up. That would be perfect if that happened. Okay, so what we can do now is we can go back into the OnAir source, and it will said the check ride has been monitored, and we got a little bit of... Oh no, we got no XP for that, but that's okay. Your check ride has been monitored. We've passed, so we can press OK. So now that we've now that we've passed our check ride, we should, in theory, be able to now take our airplane and fly our job. So, I'm going to cut the episode here for this, though. We are going to use this check ride. This check ride was our first episode of our career. Obviously, every career starts with a check ride, right? I mean, I guess it doesn't really. It starts with training, but I'm not doing any flight training. I'm just literally doing the check ride. So in our next episode, we're going to do this here, this goods transport. And by the way, once we're finished with this flight, we actually don't need to be in Flight Simulator. We don't need this anymore. So I'm going to go back to the main menu because it doesn't. Once you've landed and done your check ride, the flight has ended. You don't need to be back in that simulation. And if you start again, you'll start from a different place. So you don't need to worry about that. Now, it will keep track of the fuel that we used. So when we load up our plane next time, it will give us the same amount of fuel. So if you forget to refuel your plane, thinking that it'll give you the default of 50% each time, you will crash into the floor, the ground, the mountain, whatever you're flying across, the ocean. So be aware of that. So in the next video, we're going to go here from where we are at Fort Benton, which has a beautiful runway, by the way. I'm so glad that was a big runway. And then we're going to go pick up some stuff at MT-101 or MT-01 over here. And then we're going to fly all the way down to MT-42. We're going to pick up some stuff there. And then we're going to fly all the way down to... what was it? Where were we going? Down to here, to Salt Lake City. So that'll be the next episode. For this episode, this is our check ride. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. I really appreciate it. Here's the map, of where we're going. MT-01 to MT-42, and then all the way down to Salt Lake City. So anyway, we'll see you in that next episode, and thanks for flying along with my check ride with me.